Use a 5mm Allen key to remove the plastic engine cover. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts holding it on. Lift that off and put it aside. These are 4 ignition coils. I'm going to show you how to remove this one. The procedure will be exactly the same for the other 3. Start by pushing this clip in, wiggle the connector off. Take a 10mm socket and ratchet, undo the retaining bolt. Put that bolt aside. Grab it at both sides, kind of wiggle it, because there is a boot that goes down over the spark plug. It's gonna have a little suction to it. Pull it out, and that's how you remove the coil. Now remove the bolts holding the harness on to the intake manifold. These are 10mm. Need to free the harness from this clip that's on the valve cover. I'll push the tab over, pull it up and out. To remove the hose off the PCV valve, just needle nose pliers. Sometimes either grab the hose, some pliers, and push it back off. Or use a flat-bladed screwdriver to move it off. You need to remove this breather hose from the valve cover. Use the needle nose pliers again. Squeeze the clamp. Move it up. That'll be on there pretty tight. Oh, this comes off pretty easy. The 10mm valve cover bolts need to be removed in a specific order. We're going to start with number 1. We'll go across here to number 2, over to number 3, to number 4, number 5, number 6, and we're over at number 7. Number 8 is in the back here, number 9, and number 10. Using a 10mm socket, ratchet, and extension. Start over here. With all the bolts removed, you can lift the valve cover off the engine. It might be a little stuck. Use a rubber mallet to break it free. There it comes. We'll lift it off. Get around the harnesses here. Since the engine is open, I'm just going to take some paper towels and place them over the top so that nothing falls in while we change the valve cover. Here we have our old valve cover from our vehicle and our new one from 1aauto.com. Flip this over. You can see our valve cover gasket was leaking. That's why we decided to replace this. It actually, when I took it off, it cracked a bit here on the spark plug opening gaskets. So the new one from 1aauto.com comes with the seals integrated into the cover, just like the original. We'll have to add in the valve cover gasket it comes with. This is included with the valve cover. Just sort of match it up. It's going to go into this channel. That's installed. We can flip it over. We're going to grab the oil cap out of the original. up a bit. I should also mention, so the original has the PCV valve in it, and the new one comes with a PCV valve already installed. We need to transfer this clip over for the harness. Take some small pliers, just depress the clips, pull it out, place it into our new valve cover, and this is ready to be installed in the car. Before we install the valve cover, I'll just take our paper towels off here we're using to keep debris out of the cylinder head. We need to just clean around the outside edge, especially over here, because we're going to need to add 2 small beads of RTV silicone according to the factory service information, just to prevent any leaks. I'll take a little bit of brake parts cleaner and a rag. And carefully wipe away from the cylinder head interior. So clean all around it. Wiping to the outside. I'm going to take a razor blade and just carefully remove this little bit of RTV that's left here. Making sure I scrape away from the inside of the cylinder head. And do the same thing on the back side of the head. Apply RTV silicone into roughly the same place. A small bead will do. Take our new valve cover with the gasket installed. Place it down onto the engine. Kind of work it underneath that harness. Procedure for installing the bolts is specific. Start with number 1 here, move across to number 2, then number 3, number 4, over to number 5, across to number 6, over to number 7, number 8, and number 9, and number 10. The torque procedure for the rocker cover bolts is to go in 2 steps. The first step is 9 to 26 inch-pounds. It's super, super light, so I'm just going to do it by feel. And then the second tightening sequence is 65 to 82 inch-pounds. So again, it's just a plastic valve cover going into an aluminum head. I'm just going to tighten them all evenly in the order I pointed out, and just be very careful. Or you can use an inch-pound torque wrench if you have it. But if you don't, just don't go too crazy tightening them. At this point, it should be 65 to 82 inch-pounds. I'm just going to do it by feel. Right there, once they get tight, I'm going to stop. And finally, number 10. The valve cover is tightened down. Reinstall the breather hose. Reinstall the clamp. Reinstall the PCV valve hose. Reinstall the clamp. Now push this harness back into this clip. Have to move the harness vertically. It's supposed to sit. Kind of sits around that white tape on this harness. Reinstall the bolts holding the harness to the intake manifold. These are just going into aluminum, so I'm just going to turn them right when they get tight. I will stop. Reinstall our coils. Again, these are just threaded inserts into the plastic valve cover. So as soon as they start to get tight, just stop. You don't want to over tighten them and pull it out of the valve cover. Procedure will be the same for all of them. Install the connectors. One final step before I reinstall the engine cover. I'm just going to clean some of this leaked oil off the side of the engine with some brake parts cleaner. This way, if the valve cover gaskets leak again, when you're inspecting the engine, you can tell that it's fresh oil. Reinstall the engine cover and the 4 bolts that hold it on. These bolts are just going into aluminum, just holding on the plastic cover. Not a lot of torque on these. Job is complete.
Thanks for watching. Visit us at 1AAuto.com for quality auto parts, fast and free shipping, and the best customer service in the industry.